Hey everyone, it's Schmuckles. Today we're going to talk about the fact that today Behavior Interactive announced a huge new Quality of Life Initiative 2025 plan. This is something they actually announced over on Twitter and released a video on their YouTube channel too. We're going to go over everything in this video. Make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe to this channel if you want to follow the situation. Today our Community Director Eric Pope and our VP and Executive Producer Jose Ramos unveil a two-phase Quality of Life initiative that should address many long-standing concerns and frustrations experienced by players. And this is actually the roadmap here. You can see that phase 1 is from April to June of this year. Phase 2 is from July to December. Phase 1 includes a lot of gameplay updates such as anti-slugging, surrender option, gamma settings, go next prevention, hiding and body blocking prevention, spawn rules, and map offering balancing, improved AFK bots. There's also quality of life changes in April to June, bulk blood point spending, new quest system, more perk presets, preview your perks in the lobby. Phase 2 from July to December includes the following. The gameplay is anti-slugging continued improvements, anti-tunneling, anti-camping, MMR update, map and key item balancing. And the quality of life from July to December is keyboard and mouse on consoles, custom game improvements, accessibility improvements, prestige rewards, and reduced login steps. And in addition to all of this, it says and more, including bug fixes for long-standing issues.
Phase 1 begins with our upcoming release on April 2nd and will run up to and include our anniversary release. Then phase 2 will include everything that comes after anniversary for the rest of the calendar year.
Something that I want to note here is that Eric Pope is explicitly saying here that the next release is going to be on April 2nd. And whether that's the PTB for the March license or it's the live release of the March license, I'm not really sure, but this chapter has definitely been delayed. Kind of interesting to see that a licensed chapter is actually being delayed because of this. If he's talking about the live release of the March chapter being on April 2nd, that would mean that the PTB would likely be somewhere around March 12th. If he's talking about the actual PTB release of the March license chapter being April 2nd, that would actually put the live release around April 23rd, which is actually a huge delay because it was supposed to be live released in March. So it's kind of interesting that we actually got a date sort of locked down for either that PTB or the live release of the March chapter. They went into depth about this on their forum too. Dead by Daylight will be undergoing a substantial quality of life initiative which should address many long-standing concerns and frustrations our players have been experiencing. This initiative will take place over the course of 2 phases. The first runs from April to June and the second runs from July to December. It shows the roadmap here again. To accommodate for the scope of this initiative, we have decided to delay several of our upcoming releases, including chapters, rifts, event modifiers, and collections. This means there will not be a PTB tomorrow, but rest assured that we did not make this decision lightly. Wow, so they were scheduled to have a PTB tomorrow and they actually delayed it. We feel confident that delaying our upcoming releases to prioritize this quality of life initiative will ultimately make Dead by Daylight stronger than ever. We're always listening to our players and this has been a long time coming. For the surrender state option, the team has been working on a surrender feature which should limit player frustration on both sides. To get it right, we first needed to identify the situations where its use would be most appropriate, leading us to 2 scenarios. All remaining players have been slugged for survivor, and all remaining survivors are bots as killer. Once these instances occur, players will be able to use the surrender option, ending the trial while retaining the blood points they've earned and escaping the disconnect penalty. Gamma adjustments. Dead by Daylight can get a little dark, not just thematically, and sometimes excessive darkness can hinder playability. We're introducing the ability to adjust gamma settings on all platforms, allowing you to find a sweet spot without sacrificing the intended artistic direction. Go next prevention. The go next expression refers to instances where a survivor can deliberately does everything in their power to quickly go to their next game, including walking up to the killer and standing still, running to a hook and repeatedly pointing at it, or most commonly intentionally failing skill checks while unhooked. To disincentivize and properly penalize this behavior, we'll be implementing measures that help us identify when a player is attempting to go next. Once identified, they will receive a disconnection penalty point and lose an entire grade. We'll be keeping a close eye on the system to ensure its accuracy, but we're confident that this will help alleviate the issue. So I'm not sure what the disconnection penalty point is going to be. Anyways, it says, on the other hand, we'd like to reward players who stick out through those challenging matches, even when things take a dire turn. We'll be moving forward with a new emblem-based multiplier that grants additional blood points during the following matches, with the bonus stacking over consecutive trials. Extreme hiding and body blocking prevention. Extreme hiding refers to survivors drawing out an unwinnable match by ignoring their objective and waiting out the clock. To combat this, we're changing changing the way AFK crows operate, so they can more accurately identify when a player is deliberately avoiding engagement with their gameplay objective. Once a player receives crows, their location will be immediately revealed to the killer. We'll also be incorporating a feature that allows players to lose collision after receiving a third AFK crow, which should prevent instances of body block related griefing. Map offerings. We recognize that map offerings are a bit divisive. Some players enjoy them while others feel that they grant an unfair advantage. The fact that they automatically bypass both the map and realm repetition system can also add to the frustration. Moving forward, map offerings will no longer guarantee the appearance of a given map, but rather increase its chances by 20%. Note that they will not stack. We're also looking to make it so map offerings as well as other types of offerings will remain a secret during load-in. That way your decision to remain in the match will not be swayed by external factors. Spawn rules. Survivor spawn placements can significantly impact the trial's outcome, an observation that has been repeatedly recognized by our community. It's become clear that survivor spawning separately and therefore covering more ground allows them a more notable advantage in completing their objective. We're changing the default survivor spawn rules to ensure that each survivor will spawn within 12 meters of one another or on the same floor if applicable. To accommodate for this change, shroud offerings will be adjusted accordingly. Improved AFK bot detection. Players that use AFK bots can be frustrating to have in your trial, and we're working on improvements to our detection system so that we can quickly identify and penalize them accordingly. Bulk blood point spending. To speed up general blood point activity, we're adding a button that will allow you to spend blood points in bulk. Quest system. Previously announced last year, the quest system is a part of a larger update to the archives and rifts, so expect more information in an article specifically dedicated to that. For now, know that we will be reworking the challenge system as well as daily rituals to reduce the grind, make it easier to earn rewards, and increase the overall level of fun. Perk loadouts and preview. After a successful round of A/B testing, we'll be allowing players to see their own perk loadouts in the lobby, as well as adding additional perk loadout slots. Also, I want to note here too, which would be really awesome, is a copy paste feature with perk loadouts. This would be really awesome if you could copy and paste certain perk builds. It'd be really cool if you could do that both amongst your own builds, like you could copy your build and paste it somewhere else, or if you can copy someone's build in the end game, like you like a build that a killer used and you can copy it. Or if it's another teammate or another survivor that was in the trial, you can copy this perk build and paste it onto one of yours. We believe that these changes is an overall benefit to Dead by Daylight's health, further establishing a positive gaming environment for our players. We'd also like to thank you for your patience and understanding during this time. We'll be back at our anniversary broadcast in May to recap part 1 and provide deeper insight into part 2 of our roadmap. So keep an eye out for that announcement. In the meantime, we're looking forward to hearing your thoughts and feedback. Thanks for spending time in the fog, the Dead by Daylight team. So they actually said they're delaying the release of upcoming chapters just to do this quality of life change, which is really crazy because March was supposed to be a licensed killer paragraph. And then right before the anniversary during that mid chapter, we're supposed to get a new Survivor 2, and it seems like this has actually been delayed. It says on the forums here by Mandy that the PTB is not going to be tomorrow, so it seems like it was supposed to be tomorrow on the 18th of this month. I'm not quite sure what that means for the PTB or when the March license PTB is going to be, and they really haven't teased any license or anything like that, because I actually thought this week might be teaser week, but we haven't gotten anything from Behavior on that. So do you agree with this decision from Behavior Interactive to delay chapters for a quality of life update? Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel if you want to follow this situation. That does it for this video. Goodbye.